What's up, people? It's Friday, August 20th, and No Plan B podcast is back. And man, we had Emanuel Willis on the show, and I consider him literally being the basketball globetrotter. There are so many countries where he played this game, and he has so many stories to share. Joe and I, we were so delighted to have him on our show, and he shared so much of his professional basketball career in Asia and so many countries in Europe, over in the States, how he got into basketball, how he fell in love with this sport we all love. And now he's back in California telling the stories and maybe thinking about a future career as a coach, and all of that he shared with us. So let's jump straight into it. Joe, take it away. And yeah, Emanuel Willis. Let's go.
Okay, dokie. Welcome to the No Plan B podcast. I'm OG Big Slim. That's my man Renee. And today our guest is out there in Irvine, California. The dude with the professional footwork, the dude with the NBA body, the homie for show, Big Emanuel Willis. What's going on, my brother? How you living?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great, man. Thanks a lot for coming on, bro. We appreciate you, man. And let me put this out there for all the listeners, man. Like, bro, I just really love your game, man. You're such a workhorse, man. You got a work ethic. You got a legitimate, real pro skill set. You take the game serious, man. You everything that the American pro baller overseas is all about, bro. You represent all day, man. So I'm glad to have you on. So we can talk a little bit about what you've been through, because as me and you both know, there's a lot of delusional ball players in the world that just wake up in the morning and think that they just come overseas and get paid to hoop, and it's not like that. And then they run into a real pro like you and they get their ass toe off.
Yeah. See it every day, man. You see it every day.
Okay, let me try to stay serious for a second, because this is the homie, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, E, so let's talk about your journey, man. Where did it all begin? Did you start off like in the youth league or AAU or boys club? When did your dreams to get paid to hoop begin?
Man, honestly, my first love was baseball. I played a little bit of basketball, but I grew up in Mississippi and around a lot of older cousins. But my first love was baseball. So my dad played baseball, and he had 9 brothers, and they all played baseball.
Nice.
So I grew up around a lot of baseball players. My dad was really, really good. I think he could have played pro, but that's a long story.
Yeah.
But for me, I think around 8th grade, I decided to play. And
Yeah.
I wasn't really that good. I had these big old James Worthy goggles I played in.
Nice. Nice.
But hey, the kids picked at me, but I put in a little work. So what happened was after my 8th grade award ceremony, I didn't get any awards. And I know I was like, hey, at least I was gonna get defensive player of the year, So I didn't get one award. And that lit a fire in me, man. It lit a fire in me to want to get better. So I was like 5'8" in the 8th grade. I went from 5'8" to 6'2" over the summer. And it's like God just sprinkled basketball talents over me, man.
Nice.
I started to put in work with my dad, and I just became an animal overnight.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just started dunking on a lot of people, in 9th grade. So the player just in 8th grade to ninth grade was two different guys, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
But that kind of set the tone, for my high school career. Because going to my sophomore year, my senior year, I became like a household name overnight. I went from being nobody to top 50 in the nation overnight.
Nice.
Yeah, because put in a lot of work AAU. So, I mean, that's kind of my high school career. I was one of the top. I was top 100 in the nation. I was a 4-star athlete. I came out the same year LeBron James, Chris Paul, those guys. So I was ranked among those guys. And ended up going to prep school after high school. I was top preseason top 10 in the nation for post-grads.
Nice.
So ended up taking my talents to won a national championship. Then I won a national championship. We finished number 1 in the nation at Hargrave Military Academy. And after that, I played for Team USA in the global games in Dallas, Texas. And after that, I ended up going to, assigned to go to USC, Southern Cal. So that kind of jump-started my, my career until before I went pro.
That's beautiful, man. That's really beautiful, bro. So how was your college experience, man? Was that a good thing? You had a lot of fun?
Well, for me, it was, being a Mississippi kid going to California, it was kind of a cultural shock because, what people don't understand about college, a lot of kids think because you go to a program, they automatically just gonna get playing time. It doesn't work that way.
No.
Because the next guy just as good as you, and you're out of stater. So, I don't care where you come from, you got to put in work. Plus I played, the guys I was around was a lot of upperclassmen, but I came in, with Nick Young, Swaggy P, played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
We were freshmen together. Gabe Pruitt, he played for the Boston Celtics. He got a ring with them. So these are guys I came in with as freshmen. So we had like one of the top 5 recruiting classes. And we also had, I don't know if you guys remember Robert Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. He was in the same recruiting class as us, but he went to the NBA out of high school. So, yeah, I had, my recruiting class had 3 NBA guys. So
that's a great team, and I know USC is famous for multiple sports. I know because I online coached a lot of different athletes from different sports, but yeah, that's quite competitive. Like when you come from high school Mississippi, it's completely different.
Yeah, it is. It is. And plus, like you said, USC at the time was so good in football. That's when Reggie Bush was there, Matt Leinart, those guys. So
yeah,
USC was cracking back then, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro, for sure. But that's why I wanted to invite you on and talk to you, man, because this is what I try to explain to players, man, because it's not like overnight that you just became this great pro player, because I'm telling you, man, I saw you play, we'll get to that a little bit later, but I saw you play in Germany, and man, you were a great professional player. So the thing is, it's just like you said, the culture shock, putting in all that work. And it's just like I always say, you got guys that just come to Europe and they think, okay, they don't have maybe they played JUCO or played in a weak program, and they think that transfers over to, big bags in Europe, and it just doesn't happen. I always say it like this. It's like, okay, if you go to a medical school, now it's preparing you to give somebody an operation on their damn dome. You know what I mean? When you go to USC, it's preparing you basically professional basketball, because a lot of great players have came and went from that program. So let's fast forward into what it was like being a pro. And before we do that, I really got to tell the people about when you played in Hanover, man. You were a fan favorite, and you were just great, man. And I'll never forget the first time I saw you, man. I said I was really impressed with your moves. Like, you got these dudes like you might like a Tim Duncan type, where it's like, everything underneath that basket, it's basically like it's like an art form, because there's not going to be no travels. And I say that because when I played over here, as soon as I got the ball, I had a quick first step and I wanted to dunk everything. So I got a million travel calls. You know what I mean? But like I said, really, like every time I touch the ball, it's traveling. But like I say, like when you first came, I think maybe there was one or two games it took a little bit of time to adjust to the European way of play. But after that, man, you fit right in. So let's talk a little bit about that, bro, about that experience.
Well, yeah, it's always an adjustment. People think, when you come overseas, they're like, oh, yeah, like you said, I played college here or I played semi-pro here. I'm just come in and dominate. It doesn't work that way. You have to adjust the food, time, the culture. What style of play is it? Who's on your team? How many Americans you have? Yeah. So it's so many things you don't think about going to the team, because that team we had in Germany, we had 6 Americans?
Right.
I never played with 6 Americans besides college basketball.
Exactly, bro. And all studs too. You guys had a squad, bro.
Yeah. So for me, when I first came in, it was an adjustment because I wasn't used to playing with so many Americans. So it's like I had to learn how to be productive quicker, because in a 10-minute span, 7, 8, 10-minute span, if you weren't scoring, so you out.
Yeah.
They bringing in the next American, so it kind of made me mold my game to be a more efficient scorer quicker. That way I don't get subbed out. So that first couple of games I did play, I was just trying to make an adjustment to see, how the coach style, how my teammates were. And that's another thing too. A lot of organizations think because I put a lot of Americans together, we just automatically supposed to win.
Yeah.
It takes time to gain chemistry,
For sure.
And if you don't have a chemistry, they want to cut players and send guys home.
Yeah.
But look at Team USA. They have all the best players in the world, and they can't win.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah. So chemistry definitely plays a big role in having a great organization. But like I said, me, Emanuel Holloway, who's on that team? Oh my God, Donald Henney. Who else is? Who else was on that team in Germany?
Anyway, who was was it? Wait a minute. Was Jock Jones? Was Jones on your squad?
Yeah, Jock
Jones. Yeah, Jones. He was on your squad. It was also the shooter Moulton. Was he in your squad too?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So we had a squad, man, and like I said, we just go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, as you said, it's a team sport, and just before you came here, Joe and I were talking a little bit about our sportsmen that we train, and he just also said, like, inside of a team, every individual must be on top of his game. If you coach individual athletes, it might be like if you have a group of individual athletes, whatever, swimmers, track and field athletes, martial arts fighters. It's always like if you train in a group, everyone does his own thing and it's fine and they can be very successful. But inside of a team, if you have individuals not being part of the team, it's never going to work. And even if it's the best individual player, it's just not happening.
Sure.
Yeah. No, it's not. And that go for a lot of organizations. They bring in certain pieces they think fit and they usually don't. That's why you see so many Americans get sent home.
Right. Exactly. But let's change gears. Let's talk about Asia, bro, because I'm telling you, man, back in the days I played on a touring team in Japan. And I also played with a touring team in China, and it was so much fun, man. I really loved playing in Asia, bro. And man, when you went to Asia, man, you just really went to work, bro. You had some great seasons over there, man. So let's talk about that, bro. How was that for you?
Yeah, just to be frankly honest, as far as the cultural experience, it was great. I had some good and bad experience with teams, but my second year there was pretty great.
Just a second, where did you go? Maybe for the listeners, just to tell your story. Like, where have you been?
Yeah, so my first talking about what countries I played in.
Yeah. Please share that with us, because you're a globetrotter.
Just that listeners know where you've been, like what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, you're a globetrotter.
Yeah. Now I start with Europe. I played in Germany, Turkey, Portugal. I played in trying to think. What's the other country? Germany, Portugal, Turkey. Denmark. I played in I go to the Middle East. I played in Oman a little bit. I played in Qatar, Lebanon.
Nice.
Kuwait. I played in Qatar. I played in Iraq. That was interesting.
Whoa. Crazy.
Yeah. Bro had games in Baghdad, bro. I was pretty scared, bro.
Oh, that's tough, bro. Hey, when you dunking on people and hoping to dunk those shrapnel hit you in the leg, you got to be mentally strong, my guy.
yeah. I got some more stories about that, but I played in South America, played in Uruguay, Chile, played in oh my God, I can't think. Chile, Ecuador. I played in. I'm missing a few.
All right, so just to get back,
that's crazy.
You were just explaining about Asia, how that was. So just give us a little bit more about that.
I mean, it was utmost professional, pretty professional league, especially how they branded you there, because we had T-shirts, we had billboards all over the city. So my first year I played in Takamatsu 5 Arrows. It was in Takamatsu, Japan, back in I think 2011, 2012. My second year there I played in where I played Shinshu Brave Warriors. It's in Nagano, Japan. Yeah, I think they won a championship last year. And my last year in Japan I played for Yokohama Bosers in Yokohama, Japan. So, they're a pretty good squad too.
The way that we played basketball this year, the way that we trained was extremely intense.
I mean, it's a win-win. You're improving your performance by enhancing your recovery when using PSR, and you're adding extra years onto your career.
That is beautiful, man. I mean, and here's the thing, bro. I'm pretty sure that when you were a small dude, just picking up that basketball and getting picked on because of your James Worthy goggles, you had no clue of the worldly journey that you were getting ready to go on, man. So what advice would you give to that young dude right now who's in Mississippi, who probably got a little bit of basketball game, but is getting picked on? What would you tell that dude? Because guess what? You a big badass dude right now. Ain't nobody gonna pick on you now. You got an NBA body and you have no problem body slamming a fool. There ain't gonna be no more bullying.
Nah, man, ain't no more bullying. No, I tell kids all the time, you got to stay committed to the game. A lot of kids don't know the amount of work and being consistent with it. They might work 3 days a week. That ain't gonna get it done. You got to be dedicated, especially at a younger age. Every day, man, you got to grind and get better. And I tell kids all the time, ain't nobody gonna give you, anything. You got to go take it.
Yeah.
Thing with my kids, my son, I tell them, they say the mama mentality. I teach them a dog mentality. Like everything we do, whether it's school, whether it's running, writing, reading a book, be a dog at it. What I mean, give it all your full effort, everything you do.
Exactly.
He's on the football field, he's on the court, he's in the classroom. I teach him, hey, go hard or don't do it at all.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's great advice too, man. Really, really good advice, bro. Yeah, man. So what you got going on now, man? Are you doing any coaching? Or are you thinking about doing some coaching? Or what's the plan? What's the next plan with basketball?
Man, honestly, this time last year before COVID hit, I had just got back in shape, and I was about to go play in the Dominican Republic again.
Nice, big fella. Go down to the DR and pick up that paper.
But what happened? COVID shut it down for me, so I wasn't able to go over. And I think now, I was talking to my wife. I'm thinking about just shutting it all down, man, and putting all my time and effort into my kids.
Yeah, I feel you.
I played 10 years of pro. I had a lot of fun doing it. So it's time for my kids to put, get that time to put it in with them,
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, and of course, at the same time, you could, once you get that itch to do ball again, you can always, do some little personal training or do a couple of basketball camps or something. Because let's keep it real, E. Like, I don't hate on the personal trainer game, but bro, like, think about all the countries you just named off, bro. Like, you're a real globetrotter and an American ambassador of basketball, bro. You've been all over the world with this shit, so you could automatically share your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with a youngster. But there's a lot of dudes who never even hooped, let alone got paid to hoop. And these are the dudes that you see as personal trainers. They got kids, you know, flipping over, you know, 300-pound tires, bro, about to break their damn back.
Man, you know what I call those guys? I call those guys YouTube trainers. YouTube, I mean, anybody can go on YouTube and YouTube something and train a kid, you know.
Right.
But you can tell the guy that actually played the game.
Right.
You can see the IQ. Okay, I'm doing this move, but why am I doing it? You know.
Exactly.
But I've been in Irvine. I train a lot of kids, SoCal elite kids. I've trained some kids at local high school. I've been training, but I think now since I know I'm hanging it up, man, I'm definitely gonna get into it full time. Yeah, I pretty much got hired at a couple high schools out here.
Nice.
But I kind of just been waiting for that perfect opportunity to bring in the players I want to bring in to help mold the program. So
that's beautiful, bro. And of course, you know, and that's just a beautiful thing, man, because everyone has to make that transition. You know, sooner or later the cheering stops. And like for me, man, the craziest thing for me was that, I mean, in my prime, I was such a high flyer, man. And I'll never forget, man, it was one day when I got a fast break and I just really thought I was going to windmill some shit, man. And my knee looked up at me like, hey, OG, no, we not doing none of that, dog. So why don't you go sit down and drink a beer or something, dog? So it's tough. It's really a hard pill to swallow. But at the same time, yeah, for sure. But at the same time, bro, when you think about your journey and how beautiful it's been, dog, like, hey, man, come on. We're truly blessed.
Well, for sure we blessed, man. And I had my experience about 3 weeks ago. I tried to play my son one-on-one. I tried to do a move. My whole back almost went out. I said, all right, now. I said, nah. I said, it's time to hang him up, big dog. It's time.
But you so strong, though. You can still post him up, though.
oh yeah. I still post him up. He's still a baby down there. But for his one-on-one, nah, he got it.
He got the young legs.
And the thing is, he's so long. My son, he's just turned 12 not too long ago. He's like 5'9" already.
Oh, that's crazy.
And with him, he's like an elite defender already. So if you don't handle the ball good, he's going to take it.
Yeah, exactly. He on the right course there. It's in his blood anyway.
That's really valuable for coaches. They love those guys.
Exactly.
They're good on defense.
He reminds me a lot of myself because I had to work on my offensive skill set. I was always athletic, could jump, but my first love was defense. Nice. I hated to get scored on. Like, I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So, and he got that same mentality that he hates to get scored on, and he loves defense.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. Yeah, he's got a really bright future then. Jump in there, Renee. Jump in there, baby.
Yeah, of course. What I want to know is, you already said like going to USC was kind of a cultural shock for you, but then you visited like, I don't know, you named like 20 plus countries. What was the probably in a positive? You can answer this question twice. First, in a positive way, what was your biggest cultural shock in some country, and probably what was the worst thing that happened to you with all those travels? Like, was there some type of country where you felt like, okay, this is not going to end well, or just give me a little bit on that.
I mean, like I said, cultural shocks for me was always time adjustments and food adjustments. Basketball to me, whether you in Germany or you in Russia or South America, it's all the same.
The court is the
basketball same. Is basketball. Yeah, basketball is basketball. Now you have different coaches, different coaching styles, and different players, teammates. That's the only thing that changes. But for me, basketball always basketball. So that's the easiest part. But I've been in some countries, man. I won't say them, but I've been in some countries I've had bad experiences with, especially more Middle Eastern countries when it comes to money. Yeah. And they have this word they say, inshallah. Inshallah means like, I'm sure you heard about this. Like, inshallah, tomorrow. I like, where my money at? They was like, oh, inshallah, Habibi, inshallah, we pay you tomorrow. I said, okay. So the next day, I came to practice with my Jordan slides on. Yeah. They was like, oh, no practice today? I said, oh, inshallah, tomorrow. When I get paid, then I learn how to play basketball. Until then, I don't know how to play.
Exactly. That's awesome.
It's a business, and that's what young players don't understand. Like, I seen some guys like, man, I'm gonna go to practice anyway. I ain't get paid. I'm like, bro, if you don't set a tone with some of these teams, they will take, run over you. And
exactly.
I had to learn that early as a professional, that if you let teams run over you, that they'll do whatever they want to. They pay you when they want to. You gotta keep everything professional. Now, if you're not doing your part, showing up on time for practice, practicing hard, and performing in games, you don't have a say. But if you're doing all three of those things, hey, I need to get paid on time, man.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Renee. I'm sorry.
We had that here a couple of times. Like, I remember Greg Logan's. I remember others who played in 5 or 10 plus countries, and they all said, like, the big challenge with going to play basketball overseas is not the basketball court, it's not the team. As you said, teams can change, coaches' styles can change, but this can change within a country. It doesn't depend on the country where you're at. But the big challenge is outside of the court, when practice is over, with all you have to deal with food, with other things. But was there a place where you felt like you really enjoyed your time apart from basketball, where you felt like, I might come back here, maybe live here someday? What was your favorite country?
Japan. Yeah, Japan was. I love Japan. Honestly, I love Germany. I really love, like, South America, like Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Because those places, to me, was like vacation hooping. It's like, man, I get to hoop every day and go to the beach. Like, come on.
Exactly.
And that's, to me, I was like, that's love. Like, you see guys in the streets barbecuing every day. When I was in the DR, I asked one of my teammates, I said, man, do anybody work? Seriously, I see my teammates or their families, like, all day long barbecuing or just in the streets chilling. I'm like, I said, nobody works, huh?
Life can be so simple.
Seriously, it can be, but they, those countries very family oriented, and they just love to chill and have fun. They don't really stress too much over jobs, and I just love the culture like that. But also, they work hard when it's time to, practice and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, let me ask you this. Now, what was the temperature like? Because I heard it gets really hot in that DR, like during the games, and it's hot as shit when you guys ball.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. It was a few games I almost passed out, man. Like,
wow.
I'm talking about close to 40 Celsius, man. Just
wow.
We just sweating. I was sweating out my jersey. It had to have towels. It was crazy, man.
Hey, that's crazy, man. Is the water okay over there? Because one of my other homeboys balled in Mexico, and he said the water is horrible.
Well, that's Mexico. No one drinks the water in Mexico.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, like, in the DR, was the water okay?
It's not bad, but they, for whatever reason, when I'm always overseas, I always get bottled water. This just
for sure.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side. So
exactly.
I can't say the water was bad or good. I just always had water, water bottles.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. It was so good to see you anyway, bro. Like I say, man, it was a pleasure, man, watching you ball in Germany and, being the hype man, hyping you up and going crazy when you dunked on people. Shit was beautiful,
hey,
bro.
Man. You set the tone, bro. You did. You set the tone, man. And I love it because we feed off each other's energy.
Exactly.
And when you got somebody rooting for you like that, and a good brother that's been there, that done set the tone and paved the way for us to get there, it's all love, man. I'm gonna go out there and play hard and make sure I perform. Because if you calling my name out, I ain't performing, you're gonna be like, hey, man.
Right, right, exactly, bro.
So I had to be, I had to hold myself to a certain standard and performance. That way, I ain't get talked about by you.
No, I ain't gonna clown the homie. I ain't gonna never clown the homie, especially not in public. We back at your crib sucking on some cold ones, and I might say something slick, but never in public.
Yeah, I had to make sure, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, dog.
No, I
For
appreciate you
real.
guys. Yeah, like I said, I love my time in Germany. It was a great experience for me because that was my first year pro too. So, yeah, definitely good experience and great basketball. There was a lot of great talent in Germany.
Very nice. So before you go, man, what advice would you give to the guy who's been out there, who maybe is coming from a small school, maybe a D3 or NAIA, who can really hoop, but just doesn't have the connection? Because you know how it is. You need the agent, you need the plug, you need someone to vouch for you. Because a lot of guys, man, they just come over here like chickens with their heads cut off and really believe that they're just going to get on and play basketball here and get paid on a high level, and it's never going to happen. So what advice would you give to that let's say the D2 guy or NAIA guy, D3 guy, who's really chasing the pro hoop dream, but just doesn't have might have the pro game, but doesn't have the the backing?
My thing is, for one, they got to do the research. You have to do your research, meaning like what countries would you like to play in, for one, right?
Yeah.
And everybody know, create a Eurobasket profile. That way you might pay for it, but you have access to different agents, right?
Yeah.
So have different agents before you get into all the pro stuff. Make sure you have your film ready,
Yeah.
your resume, and all that stuff in check, because passports. Because I heard a lot of guys will try to go get pro jobs, don't even have a passport.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, right. Like, how you finna? Where you going, bro?
How you gonna get there, bro? so I trust me. I didn't hear all type of story or talk to guys that hit me up about jobs. I'm like, okay, how you gonna get there? Do you have film? No, I don't have no film. So what are these teams going to go off of to give you a chance to play? So like I said, those things are very important. Resume, you show your stacks from college, show your film. Don't just show just highlights. Actually show some game footage sometimes. Because I had teams that love highlights, but I had teams that want me to send actual full games to see what you really play like.
Exactly. That's a great point.
Highlights can be very deceiving, bro.
For sure.
I'm telling you, you get guys
that's real tough.
Look like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
When they come, then when they come, they look like Michael B. Jordan.
Exactly. Yeah, that's real talk, bro. I'm glad you brought that up, because here's the thing. I tell dudes, like, okay, there's nothing wrong with showing yourself. You pull your phone out and you're running around some cones in an empty gym, but you can't just send that off and think that's going to get you a job. If you send that when you're showing your work ethic together with, like you said, with the full game under those bright lights when you balled out, now we talking. Now we working with something for sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I said, I would tell these guys to, first of all, always stay ready.
Yeah.
In shape, so you don't have to get ready as well. Because like I said, you got a lot of these guys go overseas, like I said, when they get their film, when they get signed or whatever. Okay, next step, are you in shape? That's what a team gonna ask. And if you're not in the right shape, you can get sent home too, no matter your film, your resume. They're like, all right, bye-bye. You're not in shape.
Man,
I seen guys come overseas not being in shape that the team wants them in. Bye-bye. We get the next guy.
That's it.
Yeah, I see it all the time, man.
That's real talk, man. We appreciate you, man. Anything you want to add for that, Renee?
No, I mean,
what's that? What? Oh, sorry.
What do we learn from you? Like you said, be prepared, be ready, work, and last question. What is written on your shirt? I think there is a good hint with that as well. Erase history and then
erase history and write records.
Nice.
That's a good one too, because I think that fits in with that perfectly. Emanuel, thanks so much for being here, for taking the time early in the morning in California. Well, not so early, actually.
I'm always up, man. I'm always up.
Always
we appreciate you.
I gotta get to the money, baby.
For
Prepared.
sure. So yeah, we bag chasing, bro. For sure, we bag chasing. Hey man, salute, bro. I really appreciate you, dog, because like I said, man, you have a real pro basketball skill set. Not the delusional American. I'm not hating, but it's just facts.
Yes, sir. Nah, man. Like I said, I appreciate you guys having me. And I wish one thing I do wish I could have spent a little more time in Germany. I do wish that if I could go back.
Yeah.
I wish I could have spent a little more time there. But you got to talk to Mike about that.
Oh yeah, okay, my boy Mike there. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna check him on it.
Yeah, I'm just Mike knowing, man. I'm just messing, Mike.
Yeah, man, that's our dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
bro.
appreciate you guys having me, man.
Anytime, bro. Like I said, we're gonna bring you on for part 2. Once you start coaching the kids and all that, we're gonna bring you right back on this thing.
Yeah, you got to, man. I'm about to build a dynasty wherever program I go to.
Nice, bro. Yeah, they're gonna be getting a real coach too, man, and know what he's talking about. Not some dude that got basketball off Wikipedia. Not the fool that read Bobby Knight School of Basketball, and all of a sudden he think he Bob Knight.
Hey, I call them guys better basketball trainers.
So we got YouTube trainers, we got better and we got Wikipedia trainers. I mean that's
hey, the worst trainers in the world. I literally seen. Listen, before we go, I seen guys train kids, bro, laying on the ground on their back, dribbling the basketball.
Come on, man.
What does that have to do with a game?
What would that help?
No one laying on their back unless you get ran over.
No, they laying on their back when they try to take a charge when you coming.
Yes, exactly, man. So to me, yeah. So that's another thing. All the young guys out there, I would do my research on who's training me, where do they play, because a lot of guys waste money too. Oh, that's another thing. They waste money on camps, and they waste money on trainers.
Right.
On that.
Right. So now you youngins know. Appreciate you, E.
All right, baby. Y'all take care, man.
Much love, homie.